2 daughters, my wife, and other family members. So when I walk away from here, I'm real fortunate to have the family behind me that I do. They're unbelievable.
Behind every great coach is a great family. You know, if you know anything about baseball here in the Valley, you know the tradition at Horizon High School. If not, listen up. 6 state titles, 1 national title. They're a powerhouse. You know, baseball up on Greenway Drive is a way of life. There's a standard, an expectation on and off the field. And it all starts with their head coach.
Is he like a second dad?
Yeah, he is.
What he says is something you should listen to. When he speaks, it means something.
There's a proverb that says there's a friend that's closer than a brother, and he certainly would be that friend.
Yeah, I can't imagine going to play for anybody else.
For the past 35 years, Horizon baseball coach Eric Kibler takes the same route to work every day.
I can't tell you how many times I've made this turn. Yeah, I've made this trip, wow. I don't know how many times. I'm blessed to do it.
I really want kids to have a great experience. I want them to understand that sports can be really a really good thing.
He cares about us. He really wants to have an influence in our life and have an impact, and he's intentional about that.
Every baseball coach feels kind of at home in the grass.
In order for Coach to give his players that experience, he had to make sure the field didn't look like it did back in 1981.
Phoenix was a one-horse town almost when I got here. It was kind of fun, actually. There wasn't really a field here. It was a place. To tell you the truth, it was really bad. So we tried to do everything we could to get it up and going. So it was difficult at the beginning.
Difficult, yes. But building from the ground up is how Coach Kibler was raised.
I had a really great role model, my dad. Came from a small farming community in Ohio. We built our own field, learned about everything about life and baseball from him.
My father died just before we played our first game, and he actually helped me. My dad helped me see the field for the first time in the infield, so that's a really big attachment, emotional attachment for me.
Coach Kibler's from a small town in Ohio and was used to the high school being kind of the central focal point of the community. And I think years ago when he came here, I think there was some doubt whether you could create that here in Phoenix. And here we are, the 6th largest city in the country, and I think he very much has created a community setting here for baseball.
Assistant coach Bob Strachan is the perfect example of that. He's worked alongside Coach Kibler for the past 30 years.
I was 23 and I didn't know much about coaching kids, and certainly he would be the #1 influence in my life. And just watching him day in, day out, and you'd think a guy that's been coaching that long would maybe put his feet up at some point in his mid-60s. He already hasn't done that.
You are really trusting me, or you trust him.
Coach Kibler doesn't have time for that. Baseball is a year-round sport these days, from taking care of the field to the season to helping grow the next generation of Huskies.
It's a great relationship when you know them from they're 8 years old until they're 18. So sometimes I know kids for 10 years. So they're like your sons, really.
I went to those camps when I was younger. I probably started going when I was 7 years old. And so it's been 11 years I've been playing for Coach K.
Now I'm coaching kids, the fathers who have played for me. I'm coaching their kids. And a lot of students that I've had in school, they're coming back with their kids in camp, and it's just a blast to see them, you know, and now they're parents, which is pretty funny.
We're good. He can throw all the time.
And players old and young aren't surprised Coach K can still hang.
He throws every single BP almost. Before games, and practices.
So when you're out with youth, any coach will tell you, you better keep up. It's like my wife says, you're the only coach that's to dress up in a uniform. You better look halfway decent there.
So the 65-year-old question, when are you going to hang up your cleats?
If I can't walk through those doors and give 100% to these kids, I'm not doing it. They deserve it because I'm going to ask them that. And so if there comes a time where I just don't feel I can put in the time or be that kind of coach for them, then I need to walk away and let somebody else start their own deal.
You come to Horizon, and this is Coach K's team. And it's always been Coach K's team. And so you wouldn't think that he would ever hang his cleats up.
No, he's never mentioned retirement. I hope he doesn't. We try to do everything we can here to keep him because I think he's got a lot. I think he's got more years ahead of him here at Horizon if he so chooses.
And so does his 1989 Toyota pickup truck.
I think that truck is well known around town. Our alumni, when they come back, they'll say, "Is he still driving that truck?" And absolutely, has character and a few baseball dents in it too.
You're so superstitious. But I have to admit, I'm pretty attached to it. People have helped make this thing what it is. So I'm blessed to walk in this grass every day.
By the way, Coach, thanks for the ride in the truck. All right, he's a great coach, but even better person. Coach K truly cares about those kids. He might not remember every name over the last 35 years, but he'll remember your face. His passion and love for baseball It stretches far beyond Horizon High School, though. Coach K coaches the USA Baseball 18U team. They just won the gold medal in Japan last month. And get this, they'll be honored before Game 4 of the World Series in New York. Always teaching. That's the signs of a great coach.